So hello everyone, Myrmonden here. Welcome to my review of My Hero Academia episode 12, season 2. I thought a pretty good episode, but I did think it was a little lackluster. The Serbian part actually mainly. Like the battle, it's of course a letdown if I see the battle. And I thought it was gonna be way longer in the anime. I had to spend some time on it, so it's a little letdown as well. But at the same time, like as a shonen, like I wanna see them fighting. That's a letdown. As a story projection, is actually better because Todoroki is kinda half-assed, giving it up, right? And then Bakugou was angry, and he's like, I don't fucking want this medal, it means nothing to me, and he's like, fuck's sake, I actually think it's a good characterization for Bakugou, right? Because for me, I also really like Bakugou's character, and again, we see here that he's actually really pissed off with it. He's like, fuck, I don't want to win. It means nothing to me. I want to beat this guy, fair and square, and he's like, oh, I don't need the firepower. So that actually, in one way, actually makes it, Bakugou, I would say, grows more from this episode than he would have done if they actually had a full battle and he just beat him, right? But here shows more of his character, and it's gonna be an arc like Bakugou. Probably not this anime season, but in 2 seasons from now, probably this would be really good. The Bakugou's to be a really good character, so I think, or like 4. Sometime in the future, Bakugou's need to have more character development. He's a really good character. It's my favorite character, I would say. So that thing is great there. But yeah, the battle of course is a little let down. There's some good scenes there, but they don't get to that Deku versus Todoroki part, right? They really get to that like massive engagement. But after that, we get ceremony, and it's somewhat funny. Bakugou was somewhat funny. All Might is a little funny, but I do think kind of fail. That's probably I would say the weakest part of the episode, because they do kind of All Might jumps in there. There's a jump joke that it falls flat. It's really mean to me. So joke afterwards, not really funny. Like they kind of missed out some jokes there, and I felt they spent too much time on like shonen, and I love them. I love the shonen, of course, but I think that they spent too much time on animation there, because I picture the manga as like one panel. So in the manga they can like go over that like that in like one page, right? But in the anime they can spend like a minute of like dunk, and that's not really how. The time spent is uncomparable to the manga. So I think they kind of just went a little too much there. And so that could have been a little longer. Also not me that sense using her power there to block them and so on, and just like get her skin up there. That's always nice. I like the detail there. It's like very, like pervy sensei, like Ero sensei, and she's like, oh, to use my powers, I have to reveal my like my skin. I have to go more and more naked with my powers. Like that's a good power. That's a perfect power for you. Wonder why she has that power. And she stops them fighting, of course. And I think that's a good part as well. Then Bakugou is like, I know you aren't actually out yet. You're out of the field, but you aren't out of the actual like fighting me, right? So that shows Bakugou is like a really genius battle. He knows people straight and so on. So I think it's a good part there. In that sense, it's really good. The characterization is good, but the actual battle, of course, is kind of that thing is just like whatever. So it's a little like it's good, it's bad. Yeah, I guess it depends on what you want. And I personally actually did want to see it a little longer, even though I kind of like the ending. I think they could spend more time on the battle, less time on this kind of All Might part. And maybe the random jokes in the end and so on. You should note that, I haven't mentioned it yet, but there actually are several like family joke kind of things after the ending. So not to know that, wait, she's finished yet. So actually are several reports afterwards. You can like watch with like Uruk and the family and so on. But anyway, so after the Sherman report, we get Ida, of course. And the important thing to note here, of course, is that Ida's brother, his big brother, that is his big idol, he cannot be a hero anymore. Right? He has like lost his spinal cord, or like nerve center, or it's like blah blah blah. Like he can never be a hero again, and that is of course a very sad part. And I find it somewhat sad. I was tearing up a little bit. Todoroki report after also kind of sad, and it's a little weird actually. I mean, I don't know that they do the ending. After the ending, they do return to their families, like Deku and mom and so on. So they're all going like back to their families. Like we see like Todoroki going to his mom for the first time in 10 years. Talking about later, we see but mainly Ida going to his brother, his mother, and so on. And that's a little weird too, because his mom is just talking to him, then has a mask on her face. That is weird, but yeah. Like suddenly his chef has kind of mask on her face. I found that really weird, for that matter. It's a weird detail there. It's kind of thrown it in there. But anyway, they all go back to their families, and they actually they did it like in a good way, I would say, or a bad way, depending how you want it. But like I think it's a good way because they have this like sad family, you know, like okay, I'm going to my mom that's mentally sick, I'm going to my brother that's hurt, is injured, and then we have the ending, and then we see like okay, I'm going back to my family, and they're like yeah, you're home, honey, yeah. So it's like they kind of split it up there, and that's actually pretty nice. Statistician here, but in the same time, I was almost ending it. But if I was doing a live reaction here, I probably would have ended it because I was like, oh, it's ended, okay, yeah. But it's like looking at the timer, because I have a timer, I was like, wait a minute, it's only been like 70 minutes. This can't be right. It has to be, you know, like 3-4 minutes of, you know, anime after this. Like, it's okay, I have to watch the ending, after the ending. So you might miss it out though, so because it wasn't very clear to me, except just that part. And it was kind of joking and so on, but yeah. But the other part is of course something that's gonna be, you know, brought up in the storyline. We see in the preview next week. Ida is kind of depressed and so on. Yeah, and that's gonna be like one of the main story parts going forward, right? But Todoroki's part, I feel. I don't know. Todoroki's part is, to me, also upsetting. Right? First, we see him leaving his home. His big sister is there. That's kind of the eyes here with little red like stripes in it, right? And she's like, oh, but father won't like to go to mom. And he's like, I have to go there. He hasn't been with his mom for 10 years, right? And as I always say, it makes no sense to me to hate his mom equally much. Well, not equally much, but I think it's a lot about people, I think, see it too binary, like too black and white. So you have your bad parent, and you have your really bad parent, and people are like, oh, this parent is good. Like, I don't know, both are bad. Not just because one is worse doesn't equalize that the other one didn't do any mistakes or whatever, right? She's a horrible person, like she burned her son's face and so on. Tried to like kill her son because, you know, she hated her husband and her you know, his father. So like, and I think it's really almost to me that people are like, you know, but his mom is like, no, yeah, she was like a, you know, abused wife for sure. But taking that, but abusing your son then, like, you know, physically abusing your son because yeah, that is like horrible. So that is absolutely worse. You call the cops or whatever, right? But yeah, and I have to say though, I'm gonna be nitpicking here in Endow's defense. No, but seriously, in Endow's defense, if I'm gonna be, maybe his influence, maybe he uses his like connection with his so here and so on. But you have to wonder though, like I'm in his defense now. People are like, fucking you, like dislike. No, but you have to wonder because she has been in the hospital for 10 years. I think roughly 10 years since she's tried to murder her son, right? And usually when you go to the hospital for mental hospital, you would be like, you know, reviewed, you would do this thing, you do this thing, right? And eventually you get out again. If you say that, okay, this was like a once-time thing, she had a mental breakdown, yada yada, then you move out, then you probably wouldn't let her to her husband, she would like, they have a divorce, and she would move into her own apartment and so on, right? And so it's kind of weird. Think about that. It's kind of weird that she hasn't done for 10 years to have it let her out. She's been stuck in this for 10 years. She hasn't been allowed to like get her own life, or you know, like she's not one of those maximum security hospitals mental. She has like kind of more nicer, yeah. But still, it's kind of like she has kind of like surveillance, you know, mental hospital thing. She's like, you know, let out, so kind of like meet your guardians every once in a while. I don't know. She still gets stuck in that place. So I think honestly, I personally, I think in Dower's defense there, that does seems a little weird to me. Or not weird, but like that his defense, you know, she is probably mentally insane. Like, maybe his influence, right? She can never leave, like, you know, keep her there and so on. That might be completely wrong. It's never shown in the manga either. It's never really actually gotten into detail of that. But it feels like if someone is stuck there for the rest of their life, of course she could be traumatized by the son and so on. But you see what I mean, right? Like she has obvious issues. Obviously she has issues, and anyone saying no to that, it's like, oh, to the hospital. That is insane. She clearly has her own issues by far. Otherwise, I mean, if it only was like she was, you know, battered housewife kind of thing, go to the hospital, they just let her out. Yeah, they will let her out eventually. Maybe not like the first week, but they will be like, okay, she was just, you know, mental arrest, hospital scenery in like 3 years now, so now she's fine. Hasn't talked to her husband and so on like that. Then she's, you know, now she's getting back to, you know, being like a normal person or whatever, like, or not being, you know, super angry or sad or whatever. So we get that, we fix that. But clearly she hasn't. They haven't been able to, you know, fix her, so to speak, for 10 years. So, but yeah, I mean, sure, she can be traumatized to the sun and so on. Guilt feelings could make it even worse. So yeah, so like before she had some anger, now she might have guilt and anger. It's never shown. So I mean, like whatever. But I'm just saying that again, that this shows again here that yeah, like she is definitely in the wrong as well. That I think is very important. I just want to say it again because people in episode 10 is like people are like, oh poor, like oh yeah, it's dead hospital. But it's like no, he hates both his parents. And in that sense, I don't really like it that much, right? That he's like going there as well. I mean, it makes sense a lot because he's had this kind of like breakthrough with Deku. It's like, you have to talk to your mom, man. Like, yeah, he has to have that breakthrough. But at the same time, it's kind of like, why would you? I'm not saying he should go there, but he should go there definitely. But I think it's that it's just a little like what I want him to do. I feel more because as well he didn't like it. I want more resentment. That's what I'm looking for. I think I want him to be more have more resentment to his mom, right? Because he's like, I'm going to my mom. I'm going to my mom, and they say, like, I'm going to my mom, and just doesn't make much sense, right? It doesn't make much sense. Like he's like, I'm gonna go to my mom, and yeah, he should be more like shut up, sis, shut up, dad. I'm going to my mom. I'm going to mom now. I know we're not allowed to visit her, but I'm going there now. Fuck you guys. That's kind of what he does, right? I mean, it's like looking at it, it doesn't make much sense to me. It's like I wish he would be more like, yeah, I hate mom, but I have to go and talk to her. I have to kind of get it out of my head. Like, yeah, I wish it'd be more like, I hate mom, I hate dad. I have to go talk to mom and just like get it out of my chest. Try to resolve my issues, and with my firepower, and I wish he had more of that. I wish he had more like I have to fight through this and actually go and talk to mom as well. I think that could have been something. I think that would have made more sense to me, right? That would have been a little more. I think so. How the mentality should be at him, but he's more like, I don't know, fuck you guys. And he's like, he isn't happy about it, but he feels kind of indifferent about it, right? And I don't really like that. I think he should be sadder, or maybe not sad, but more like perplexed about it, more like confused about it, like personally, like I don't know, should I go there? No, I have to go there to fix my own issues. I hate her, but I have to go there and like get my powers to work properly for my mentality, stop me from being a good hero. Like I just want to have something. So I like the actual scene. I think the actual scene is good animated when he gets there. He just enters the room and he's like, Mom. She's like, I think that is pretty good actually. And they don't really talk about it. It's just like, you haven't seen us 10 years and they're both like, yeah, ice powers. So I kind of like it actually. I actually liked the whole scene of him like walking. Actually the whole scene for him like leaving the house to get into his mom and so on, being terminated. I think it was great actually. I think it was great. Don't get me wrong, I think it was great. But I wish there was a little more time before that, like before it was to his sister. Maybe in his room and he's like, I'm fucking gonna talk to mom. Like it's some kind of like brain processing back and forth there. After we see the Ida part with his brother, we see the stains kind of and then we see this part. And it's like some resentment or something like that. Some like perplexing feelings, and then we see, what? Fuck you, mom. Fuck your dad. Fuck your sis. I'm gonna go and talk to mom now. And he's like, well, yeah. And then we get that scene. I think that then we get the same scene pretty much because we get that. So that would be better. I actually just mention again. I did rewatch it when I was doing that thing, and I was like, yes, it is weird with Ida's mom because Ida's mom is like talking to him, and then suddenly the next scene is the mask on her face. Like what the hell? Like yeah, like suddenly the next scene. And I know they have masks because it's like hospital of course, but it's kind of weird that she has pretty much teleported a mask to her face when she. That is weird. Hospital scenes there is weird. Much better animated than Todoroki and his mom party. And after that, the ending, of course, then we see the other like happy ending. So I think good decision there. Good decision I mentioned earlier. So anyway, I found a pretty good episode, right? But it depends on what you want. Like it's way more conversation, way more on that part. But again, like the Todoroki and mom part is just like I think it was a goodly animated. Yeah, I was about to say one more time. Yeah, I'm like it's good animated. The part we see, but I wish we saw more. I guess I saw something before they made it make a little more sense to me, because I think it doesn't make much sense, right? So anyway, see you guys next week and have a great day.